Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to look at chart number 8. We are going to talk about what is a sentence. We're going to review that. And we're going to work on the special sound OU. And then we're going to do some marking of our vowels. So if you're watching us at home, you'll need to get out a piece of paper and a pencil and be ready for when we get to that part. You'll be able to write yours down and mark your vowels along with us. All right, so right now, I'm going to go through chart number 8, and we are going to say it all together. Please sit. Turn your chair, face forward. We're going to go through chart number 8, and we're going to say it together today. Are you ready? Third and 3,
T-H-R, R in star, A-R, in church, C-H, or in line, O-R, out in out, O-U, out in owl, O-W, O in goal, O-W, in verse, E-R, in nurse, U-R, in urn, I-R, oi in coin, O-I, oi in boy, O-Y, in book, O-O, ooh in tooth, O-O, word in worms, W-O-R, I in night, I-G-H, all in ball, A-L-L, all in walk, A-L-K.
Good. It looks like we're a little sleepy this morning, so if you're at home with us, we're going to pause you for a minute. We need to do a go noodle and wake everybody up, so we'll be back in just a minute. Whew, all right, well, we're ready to go now. We got our blood pumping from that. Sorry you missed that with us, but maybe you can do a go noodle at home. So here we go, a sentence. Oh, we've been talking about sentences. We've been writing sentences and learning about the things that, what we call the mechanics of a sentence, and how a sentence goes together. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. So if I just said to you, the dog, would you have any idea what I meant? What if I said, the dog is brown? You know now something about a dog? Yeah, I have a complete thought. If I just say the dog, you could be wondering, what am I talking about? What color he is? Is he soft? Is he bristly? What color? Is he mean? Is he nice? There could be lots of things if I just said the dog. But if I told you the dog is brown, now I have a whole thought for you to put together in your mind. A sentence begins with what kind of a letter? A capital letter, and it usually ends with a what?
Period.
A period. Sentences can also end with two other things. What do you think they are? Raise your hand if you know. Ren, tell me one.
Excitement mark and a question.
An exclamation point. And Luke, what's the other one?
Next.
Exclamation point, a period, or a what? Sarah?
Question.
A question mark. Very good. So let's take a look at these blue sentences that I have up here, and let's decide what kind of sentence, what kind of punctuation they need at the end. Are they correctly written? When you look at those sentences that I have up there, what is missing from those sentences? Josiah, what is wrong with this sentence right here? If you had to rewrite that on your paper and make it correct, what would be the first thing that you would do? No, Maddie, what would we need to do to this very first? Begin it with a capital letter. So I would look at that sentence and say, the, and I would have to rewrite that. Let me change the color of my pen here. And I would start it with a capital T. The. Let's read it together.
The
man
man can swim.
Now something else is missing. Juliana P., what's missing from my sentence at the end? An exclamation. Does that sentence show some excitement? The man can swim? What do you think, Colton?
Period.
A period. Because it's just a statement. The man can swim. So we're going to put a period on the end of that one. Because it's just a statement. When I put a question mark, I'm asking a question. And when I do an exclamation, I'm going to show some kind of excitement of some sort, good or bad, at the end of my sentence. So let's take a look at this next one. The next one, let's read this together.
Mom, may I have a snack?
And am I just saying a statement? Am I asking a question? Or am I giving some kind of excitement in that, Luke?
You're asking a question, but there are two things missing: a capital letter at mom, and a question mark at the end of the sentence.
Very good. I first of all need to start that sentence with a capital letter, and it is asking a question because it says, may I? So I need my question mark at the end. Two things need to happen there. Yes, ma'am.
The I is capital.
Yeah, it is on here. Look at the difference between a lowercase and a capital. And we do, thank you for pointing it out, because we do need to make sure when I is a word by itself, it always, always, always is a capital letter. Okay? Very good. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, our last sentence right here. Lily, what is it missing at the beginning? What do I need to change at the beginning of my sentence, Lila?
Capital.
Capital letter. So I need to change that small I to the capital I for the word it. Let's read this sentence together.
It is cold outside.
It is cold outside. What am I going to put at the end of that, Aiden?
An explanation.
Exclamation. It is cold outside. So when we're working on sentences, when we are writing stories, when you're reading stories, does everything end with a period, or do they use different punctuation marks? It's different, because when we read a story, we certainly don't want it to all end with periods. That might be a kind of a boring story. We want to add some question. We want to add some excitement.
And how about, is it hot outside?
And what would we, if we said, is it hot outside, what would we put at the end of that one?
A question mark.
Oh, because then we're changing it to a question. We're asking, is it hot outside? See, if we switched the is and the it, we can change the whole way we talk that sentence through. Yes.
Because if we kept having period at all of the sentences, it would just be like.
It would just be a boring kind of a story all the way around. You're absolutely right. Okay, so we need to remember when we are writing a sentence that it must begin with what kind of letter? Capital. And it has to end with some kind of punctuation. What are those three punctuation marks? The
Period, question mark, and explanation.
Perfect. You got it down. We'll be practicing some of that on our seat work today. All right, let's move along. We have a special sound today, which is OU. Now we're going to find out that OU can make a couple of different sounds, but today what we're working on is OU can say the sound ow, like in out. O-U-T, out. Let's say this one together. Ow and out.
O-U.
Let's do it again. I'd like to hear everybody. Ready?
O-U. O-U.
Very good. Let's look at some other words that have the OU in them so that we can hear the sound ow in some other words. All right, so here we go. Shout, route,
What's now?
flower, mouth, sound, ouch. Okay, this kind of flour is the kind that we use when we're cooking. We put that white powdery stuff, that's flour. But if we wanted to talk about a flower that's growing outside, we're going to learn tomorrow the OW can also say ow, and that would be this flower. So there's a different word that means that sounds the same but means two different things. All right?
Yeah, like sometimes, like people ask, what's the difference between buy and buy? I can't tell because one of the buys means I am going to buy something, and the other one means that you're saying goodbye to someone who's leaving.
And there's a third one, which is just BY, and that means that I am standing by Aiden. So by has three. Very good, very good.
What does trout mean?
A trout is a kind of a fish.
Like a rainbow trout.
A rainbow trout, yes, they're pretty. We'll look one up later so we can see a picture of a trout, okay? All right, we good with all those other words up there? Yeah. All right. So now I've got my OU sounds that need to be circled. I'm going to ask 3 people to come up to the board. So if you're watching us at home, this is the time you need to write down your 3 words and then circle your special sounds. And we're not going to mark any vowels today because our vowels are our special sound. So go ahead and write those down and then come back and join us when you're done to check your work. Okay, so there's our answers. We've got them all marked up for you. We have read each word and put it in a sentence. So for those of you at home, would you read along with us and we'll go through those words so that you can hear the correct way to say those as well. So boys and girls, help our friends at home. Here we go. Sound.
Mouse.
Very good. Okay, I would like for you to take out your seat work folder. We're going to go through the directions on our seat work paper, and then we will move along for the day. Okay, we're done. Okay, let's take a look at our seat work paper. And the instructions on the top for number 1 tell us to do what, everybody? Okay, we're going to do that again. This time we're going to read it all together at the same time. Circle the special sounds for the vowels. Are we only going to circle THR and AR? Or THR and AR? No, we're going to circle everything we know. Okay? Number 2 says to draw a picture for each sentence. So you need to read the sentence that's in the box and then draw me a picture. Yes, use your crayons because there are some words in here that are talking about color, and I would like to see those colors in your drawings today. Number 3, the instructions are to match the blend with the picture. Are there any questions on any of the directions that we talked about here?
No.
Good. Switch your papers around. And this looks like a great paper for me to check your writing skills with today. Number 1 at the top says that we're going to match to make compound words. We did this yesterday. We're going to draw a line. The first one is tug, and they drew a line down to boat, so we have a tugboat. Are there any questions about compound words?
What's a tugboat?
A tugboat is one of those little boats that push the great big boats out of the harbor.